Good afternoon, Vande Mataram, Jai Hind. Today we are going to learn about the Gupta Empire from the 319 to 550 AD. So, without wasting time, let's start. The symbol of the Gupta Empire was Garuda, and it is also known as the Golden Era. The Gupta Empire rose to prominence in 320 AD and spread to the largest part of the northern India, central India and some part of the southern India. The founder of the Gupta dynasty is Sri Gupta. The original homeland of the Gupta is not known for certain, but they might have originated from Bengal. Some scholars think they are from the Prague, Allahabad in UP. They are thought to be either Brahmins or Vaishyas. Then the kings, the major and the most important kings in the Gupta Empire are Chandragupta I, Samudragupta, Chandragupta II, Kumar Gupta and Skan Gupta. So we'll discuss them one by one. First one is the Gupta Chandragupta. Chandragupta was a son of Ghatotkacha. So basically, Sri Gupta was the founder of the Gupta Empire. His son was Ghatotkacha and the Ghatotkacha's son was Chandragupta I. He acquired the strategically important Magda kingdom on marriage to the Likshava princess Kumaradevi. He extended his kingdoms through conquest. His territory extended from Ganga rivers to Prayaga by 321 AD. He issued coins in the joint name of his queen and himself. He assumed the title of Maharaja Dhiraj, Great King of Kings. He was successfully built in building a small principality into great kingdom. He is considered to be the first great king of the Gupta Empire. Then the Samudragupta, son of the Chandragupta I and the Kumaradevi, was a military genius and was successful in adding many territories into the Gupta Empire. The Allahabad inscription describes his bravery as composed by his court poet Harisena. There it is said that he defeated 9 kings of the Ganges Valley, 12 kings from the southern region and the 18 forest tribes. The Allahabad inscription is about the Samudragupta. His region extended from the Himalayas in the north to the Krishna and Godavari river in the south, and from Balkh, presently in Afghanistan, in the west to the Brahmaputra river in the east. He was a follower of Vaishnavite Hinduism but was tolerant of other faiths. He gave permission to the kings of Sri Lanka, Kritisa, Meghavarna to build a monastery in Bodh Gaya. He was also called Indian Napoleon by art historian Vincent Smith. He was performed Ashwamedha sacrifice, hence one of his coins refers to him as the restorer of Ashwamedha. He was also called Kavi Raja since he composed verses. Then the son of the Samudragupta and the queen Datta Devi, Chandragupta II. He was also known as Vikramaditya. He further annexed territories including the Saurashtra, which gave him the western coastline. He used the matrimonial alliances to expand his kingdom. He established matrimonial alliances with the Nangas and the Vaktas. He gave his daughter Pavatri Gupta in marriage to Vakratara ruler of Maharashtra Rudrasena II. He also annexed 3 Satrapa kingdom and assumed the title Sakari, the destroyer of Sakas. He defeated the Saka king Rudrasimha III, thus acquiring the territory. Though the western ports, the kingdom's prosperity grew through trade links with the Roman Empire. Then also after East and the West India, Chandragupta II defeated the northern rulers, also like the Huans, Kamboj, Kirtas, etc. He was a brilliant conqueror and an able administrator as well. Like his father, he was Vaishnavite but also tolerant of other religions. His other names, as mentioned in the coins, include Vikrama, Devagupta, Devaraja, Samhivikrama, Vikramaditya, Sakari, etc. His court had 9 jewels of, or we can say, the Navratras, the 9 people eminent in various fields of art, literature and science. This includes the great Sanskrit poet Kalidasa, Harisena, Amrasimha and Dhanvantari, the physician. The Fa Hai, a Buddhist from China, visited India during his region. He recorded the prosperity of the Gupta Empire. Then the other rulers of the Gupta Empire. The Chandragupta II was succeeded by his son, the Kumargupta I. He ruled till 455 AD. Kumargupta I was the founder of the Nalanda University. The last king of the Gupta dynasty, Skandagupta, was the son of the Kumargupta I. He was able to repulse an attack by the Huans, but this strained his empire's coffers. The Gupta Empire declined after the death of the Skandagupta in 467 AD. He was followed by the many successors. The last recognized king of the Gupta line was the Vishnugupta, who regained from 540 to 550 AD. Then now we will discuss about the literatures at the Gupta period. The Kalidas. He was the classical Sanskrit writer, we all know, extensively considered as the greatest poet and dramatist of the Gupta period. The 6 major works of the Kalidasas are given in the list. You can just go with this. Then come the Vishakadatta, the Shudraka, he is the king of all the poets, Sudraka. Then the Harisena was a panegyrist, Sanskrit poet and the government minister. He also wrote the poem praising the bravery of the Samudragupta, which is engraved on Allahabad pillar, Harisena. The Bhasa, Bharavi, Bhatti, Dandi, Vasya, Vatsayana are some of the literature, the writings of the various people present at the Gupta Empire are given in the list. You can just go with them one by one and note them down. That is all about the Gupta Empire, the golden era. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share and click on bell icon to get the notification of new videos on time. Have a good day. Thank you.